Cheers. All right, grab your planners, and if you have been needing to sit down and plan in your planner, then feel free to grab yours while you're listening to this video. Welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you love planner content, if you love journal content, stationery, then you're in the right place. I have a fun video for you all. As you can see, this is not my Stology. This is not my Moleskine Expanded. It is a ring planner, and I'm going to give you a tour of this new setup. So if that's something you like to see, then just keep watching. Grab a beverage also. I have a Poppy Doc Pop, I think is what it's called. It's one of my favorite flavors. Anyway, it's really good. And they come in like these little mini sizes, so that's fun. Okay, so I was talking with Kat at Kti.plans on Instagram. We were talking about our systems, talking about the planners we were using, the journals, and I was telling her how I just have not been feeling the rings all year. I started out in rings. I've been in rings for a long time up until this year, and in May I fully committed to the Stology. The rings just kind of fell by the wayside, back on the shelf. So after talking to her, I thought, you know what, maybe I just need a new setup. Not that I want to fix what's not broken. Like, I love my Stology, absolutely. I'm still using it, still in it, but I'm just kind of playing around with a new system, as we do around this time, just for fun, seeing like the different combos. And since I did find my groove in the Stology, I'm like, okay, like I've got what works for me. I can kind of play around with those other stuff. If it works better than what's happening now, then great. If not, it goes back on the shelf. Anyway, it's just fun to play around. So this is my Filofax personal size planner. It is the Finsbury in the slate gray, but in person it is a little more blue, which I love. I have not been in my blue era. I'm in my pink era, but this doesn't bother me so much because this feels a little bit more cozy since it has a gray undertone, blue undertone, whatever you want to call it. But I do have a love for the Finsbury. I debated going into my Gilio because it is kind of fallish, my gold, but I kind of wanted a structured cover, so I moved into the Finsbury. And I love the smaller rings. I don't want 30mm rings right now. I just want this to be purely functional, vital information, things I need to reference. It's not going to be like journaling or anything, maybe tiny bit micro journaling, but this is not the planner that I'm going to be like memory keeping or anything like that. It's going to be reference, be functional. If I need to make appointments, it can go here. If I need to update a password, it goes here. So my pockets, I just threw in some things that I had. This little washi tape card I got from an order from Kat at Kti.plans. I have a little bit of deco. I have a journaling home fall cozy journaling card, stickers by Paper Planner Bliss, and then the planning card from Peanuts Planner Co. I like having that with me. I don't reference it a whole lot, but I like having it. And since it's fall, I've got a little fall journaling card. Yeah, there's some stickers and icons, and then I have a little note for my daughter that I have pinned there. A little more deco, my coffee picture, and this was a little freebie from, I think, Paper Planner Bliss. This has not changed if you've seen my other ring planner videos. If you haven't, this is a Catspressoco white floral folder. And I did make some collages and slid them in here. So I've got two different collages, some cardstock, and then I layered some vinyl stickers. This is from, I think, Planner Monkey Co. and this is from Paper Planner Bliss, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and then I have this from, oh man, I forgot. I'll look it up. But it's just a laminated dashboard, and it's kind of like my inbox. A little picture there, and then a dashboard from one of my dashboard sets that I put some ribbon on. The ribbon just makes it a little more cozy in my planner. This is a journaling home card, and then I'm just using Filofax dividers. So my first section is my monthly, and I'm using Marsia Bramucci split weekend. It's in green, I think, and I just printed it in grayscale. So it's the split weekend, and I like that. So that's what I'm using for my monthlies. I did not go back and like back plan. I already had these filled out from the beginning of the year. I did update October and November with our plans in December, and that was it. This I made, I think it's a freebie on my Google Drive, I believe, or it's in my Etsy shop. And then I made a looking forward insert, so if there's something I need to make note of, like, I don't know, some event in the upcoming 2 years, and I'm writing it here. And then I've got a Plan with Beer, just like monthly overview, and so I've been using this for highlights. I did not backfill that either. Another dashboard from one of my dashboard sets in my Etsy shop. My second section is lists. So I've got some trigger lists that I printed. I can't read that. What does that say? Brown _ plans. I put it on vellum. Planner hashtags. Vienna Ortiz trigger list. And then I have a freebies tracker from my minimal planner. So I just wrote down all the shops that have freebies, so you can screenshot that if you want. Okay, and I've got my passwords tracker just pinned off, my Tombow tracker with all the Tombow colors that I have. This is a, is it SM Plans or Any Plans printables? I think it's Any Plans, like floral notes. They're really pretty. This is a Peanuts Planner Co. checklist insert. That's a freebie from her Facebook group. This is from Planner Monkey Co. It's a vellum. And then I have a sticky note dashboard that I made just out of cardstock. And then my third section is my weeklies and dailies. So I'm using my week on 2 page insert from my Etsy shop. I've got a few different week on 2 pages. But this one, let me show you a blank one, looks like that. I don't know what my printer is doing, but that's not how it is in the file. I don't know what's happening, but you've got your week and stacked weekend. You've got 2 weekly trackers, a list section, a grid section, and a habit tracker, and then a notes section. So this is, like I said, functional, but I do like to just decorate it a little bit if I have a moment. So for these 2 sections, I use it for dinners and exercise. So that's what I have here going on. So that's this week. And I have enough printed till the end of the year. And then my dailies. So this is another one of those autumn journaling home dashboards. And I just used, I think I laminated it. No, I used Scotch tape, like big packing tape, and then I used more of that ribbon to make it a little more cozy. And then my dailies, these are one of my favorite dailies ever. It's Jenbeeplans. Yeah. She's got a few different freebies. I don't know if they're still available. I have not been in rings, like I said, for a long time, so I haven't been following or keeping track of, I don't know, the latest ring planner news, if that makes sense. I've just been solely focused on like book-bound planners, but one of my favorite dailies, very simple, but I love the spacing of the lines, and I think that's the main thing. But also I love to put my today at the top and then my tasks on the bottom. So all the events and appointments I always write up top, and then my to-dos below that, and it just makes sense in my brain that way. So that's another reason why I love those dailies. Sweet Caress dailies, I have her new one and her old one, and then just more of Jenbeeplans. Trigger list, I forgot where this is from. And then this is the third dashboard of the Autumn Cozy Journaling Home dashboard set. Then I have my meal planning inserts. This is from my Etsy shop. I printed this wrong because again, it's been a minute since I've been in rings, but you get this cover page, which you're supposed to print separate, just by itself, nothing on the back of it. And then you can just kind of print everything else as needed. So just kind of have to play around with it. But I have a master grocery guide, which is supposed to be back and front. So you've got, there's the front, there's the back. Then you've got a section to write down your saved recipes. Like if you save it on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, you can write what the recipe is and then check off where you saved it. Because I know for me, I always forget where I have recipes saved, and I just have to just look and look around all my apps. Notes pages, list for your grocery list, and then your meal planning. The way I meal plan is I just plan my dinners, and then like breakfast and lunches, we just kind of rotate. So we have go-to things that we make for breakfast and lunch. So I don't really need to write that down. I just write down the dinners that I planned and the things we need. So that's my meal planning insert. And I really like how that turned out. Cleaning routine. This is a fillable insert from I think Heyplannergirl. I could be wrong. And then this kind of goes into home with the meal planning and stuff. So like when I clean something, or I want to be able to reference when I've done a home task, I'll write it here on this tracker. I made this Sunday checklist and a cleaning routine, daily, weekly, monthly, and then as needed. So that's just a reference thing. I don't think I'll like check that off. Declutter checklist. So I've got like sticky notes and things that sticky note for each room. So it's like, okay, if I go in there and I want to deep clean, what do I need to do? And I just brain dump that. And then some to-do lists. It's just a vellum I printed. And then this was from Journaling Home, I think. I don't know who this is from, but I found it in my files. It says Planner Girl Autumn. There's different like hair colors and skin tones you can choose from. This is a fold-out tri-folder from Catspressoco. It has just a bunch of sticky notes. My fourth section is my home section. So I've got trash pickup schedule, home maintenance log, things we've done to the house to add value, ideas for family fun, things we've purged in the home, Amazon subscribe and save. It's just on a yearly fold-out. Finances, so budgets, bills, things like that. That's a pretty small section. It's just for reference. And then the fifth section is my personal section. So this is from Vicsplans. It's a freebie on her Instagram. This is from Kti.plans. It's Bingo 2025. And I have finished a journal, so I can check that off. A new hobby. Do I have a new hobby? I'm not sure, but I have decluttered the bathroom. Creative vision board. I have done that. Decorate for spring. I don't remember. Pumpkin patch. Go on vacation. Save 1,000. We still need to declutter the closet. New planner. Yes. Read over 10 books. I'm pretty sure I've read over 10 books this year. Date night. Pray more. Bestie date. Okay. Love it. Okay. So I like that. That's in her shop. And then I have Annie Plans horizontal weekly. It's the whole year, and I was journaling in this, and I was doing that for a while, and then again stopped using my rings, and so I just have October through the end of the year, and I'm hoping to fill that out for the rest of the year. I have some journaling at home journal prompts for anxiety, and just some Filofax paper to go along with that. I have a weight tracker, YouTube tracker, Instagram. It's just for my stats, like subscribers and whatnot. Instagram reach, workout activities. So I was writing down what exercise I was doing. Here I was tracking my steps and calories. This is from Aelyze Creates. It's I don't know how to say it, but it's a yearly, like 2 months on one page, yearly tracker, and I split it. So I was tracking my steps and then the calories I burned that day, and that info is from my Aura ring. So So I have that. And then some pictures. And my last section is the kids. So it's school, health logs, and things like that. Wish lists, and then a little zipper pocket from AliExpress, and a Jcreatives insert, which has a pen loop on it, and I keep some sticky notes in there. And that is pretty much it. I'm absolutely loving this setup. I can totally see this fitting into my lineup pretty well. So we'll see how long it lasts. I am using my Uni Jetstream in 0.5, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to link stuff down below. Be sure to subscribe to see my future videos and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.